Hi guys, today we are making chicken noodle soup on Cooking with Jason. In my pressure cooker I have about a 5-pound chicken. It's cooking in 2 cups of water with 2 bouillon cubes, some celery salt, and about half a cup of chopped onions. It's been cooking for 35 minutes now. You put it in the pressure cooker, bring the pressure cooker up to where it starts jiggling, and then you turn the fire down so it has a low wobble to the weight. And then you put a timer on for 30 minutes for a thawed chicken, and I put it on for 45 because it was still kind of slightly frozen in the middle, and I want to make sure it's cooked all the way through. So while that was cooking, I chopped up half a bag of baby carrots and 4 stalks of celery, and I mixed it all in here. And I got about 2 chopped up onions here that I'm going to mix in. Now this is a pretty labor-intensive recipe. What most people don't understand is when they pop a can of chicken noodle soup from one of your name brands, that there's a lot that goes into them. I didn't even realize it until I started making chicken noodle soup. But compared to a canned variety of chicken noodle soup and homemade, there's no comparison. Okay, so my chicken's done cooking. I'm going to let it cool down. There's a little pop button on there that whenever it's cooled off all the way, it'll drop and I can unlock my pressure cooker. Right now I'm getting ready to throw the noodles on, cook them up beforehand in just regular water. So I got my pan of water here, my bag of noodles. Throw these on and we'll just cook them by the directions. I think it's 8 minutes on these once it comes to a boil. So we'll get this water up to a boil. So you can do any kind of noodle that you like in your chicken noodle soup. My wife prefers these wide egg noodles that are flat. I also have wide egg noodles that are skinny. You got the wide egg noodle ribbons. It's just whatever your personal preference is. But I cooked my chicken in my pressure cooker. These are all the drippings. Here's the chicken after I've removed it. And I'm getting ready to strain my drippings so that I can have it for my soup. So I got all my chicken here. It's got to cool down because I got to tear it apart. And I don't have a kitchen strainer. Funny for a guy who likes to cook. I should probably get one. So all I did was throw a paper towel in my spaghetti strainer, and I'm straining off all my pieces from my chicken. So in order to make the broth for the chicken noodle soup, I'm going to use the drippings from the chicken that I had, but that'll be at the very end. So that's all I got. To cook up the vegetables, I'm going to do 8 cups of water with all those vegetables I showed you earlier. What I'll do first is I'm going to take 2 cups of water, and since I'm doing 8 cups of broth, I'll add probably about 7 bouillon cubes. It's all preferential on taste, how chicken bouillon cubes. I'll throw this in the microwave for probably about 2 minutes, just so that it gets hot enough to melt my bouillon cubes and I can mix them up. That way when I mix them with the other 6 cups of water and pour it in here, it's all blended together pretty good. Okay, so I'll pop this in the microwave for about, I'd say probably about 2.5 minutes. We're gonna get our vegetables ready. This is the 2 onions, half a bag of carrots, 4 stalks of celery. This is the drippings from the chicken stock from the pressure cooker chicken that I've strained, so smells delicious. I'm going to add that in
to your vegetables.
To my vegetables. This is our super duper super concentrated cup of chicken broth. Mix that all up. And then I'm going to put about 6 more cups of water in there. You want to get a lot of water in there because a lot of your water is going to get soaked up by the noodles when you throw them in there and cook it. So we've got 6 cups of water in there now, all our vegetables and stock, and as the chef, I'm gonna check my broth before I throw the lid on. See how the flavor is. Yummy. Of course, in a regular stock pot, you would just throw all this in. You can throw your chicken in with it and cook it for a few hours. I'm going to bring this to a wobble, let it cook for 15 minutes, and then everything will be ready to mix together. So I'm getting all my chicken together that I had in my pressure cooker or in my roaster. And now I have to debone it, deskin it. So all I got left is meat, because nobody likes a crunchy soup. So that's meat. So you want to remove all the skin and bones. It's kind of a feel around thing here. A lot of times the way I'll cook this is I'll just get boneless, skinless chicken breast. That way I don't have to do this. But this way works too. I had a whole chicken downstairs, so I said I was going to use it. So our pressure cooker finished cooking. Broth is ready. So we got all that chicken off the chicken, all the bones out of it.
Cut it up.
Cut it up. Kind of shred it a little bit because it falls apart after you cook it that long. So we're going to add that in here. And I pre-cooked these noodles. I rinsed them off to try to keep them from sticking while I waited. You don't have to rinse them, but I did. They're going to be sitting for a while. So add those in. Break them up a little bit. And the soup du jour.
Which is the vegetables and the broth that you mix together.
Right. Add all this into my stock pot. That looks delicious.
So now that you mix this all together, how long do you let this cook on the stove with this?
I'm going to bring this to a boil and then I'll let it cook for probably about 15-20 minutes just till the noodles get real thick and juicy with all that broth.
And then it'll be
And then
ready.
it'll be ready.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's fine.
Was it good?
It was good.
And this is what we have left over. Put it in a container and put it in the refrigerator, and we can have it for leftovers.
Take all those same ingredients, throw them into the stock pot, and what I usually do is chicken breast, like I said, not a whole chicken, because if you don't have a roaster or a pressure cooker to cook it in, then I'll take a chicken breast and I'll dice it up, all the other ingredients in the pot,
And just
bring it to a boil, turn it down to a medium boil, and I'll cook it for probably about 3 hours. Thank you for watching. Give us a thumbs up, like us below. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.